What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. And we have some surprising breaking news. It looks like President Trump, all actions point to it, that President Donald Trump is going to pass executive action to pass the next stimulus package for Americans. It looks like it's going to happen. This is going to be very important. So make sure you guys watch all the way to the end so you get all the information. Also, if you're new here, click the subscribe button down below. This way you won't miss out on second stimulus check update information. My wife and I do hours of research every single day so we can bring you all the stimulus check news with a quick video every single day. Also, if you can, hit the like button for me down below and share this video on Facebook. This is going to be a very important video for lots of people, so I want to make sure people get this information. The negotiations between the Democrats and the Republicans to pass the next stimulus package, to extend the unemployment and pass another stimulus check directly to Americans has come to a stall, and they do not have an agreement. Now, the Senate is set to go on recess next week for 30 days. That means they're going to go back to their states and not be in session. Although they did say they would come back in session if they needed to vote on the next stimulus package. But it looks like there is no agreement between the Republicans and the Democrats at this time. And with no agreement, it looks like President Donald Trump is going to step in and pass presidential executive orders on 4 different issues at least to pass more stimulus to Americans. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and White House Chief Advisor Mark Meadows have advised the president to start drafting the presidential executive order, and it looks like that is exactly what they're doing. Now, there has been some debate on whether the president can actually pass presidential executive orders like this. It looks like he's going to do it whether people think he can or not. In fact, the president passes a lot of executive orders, possibly more than any other president. In fact, as you can see here on this screen, President Donald Trump has passed 40 different executive orders just in 2020 alone. 40 different executive orders so far. So he does this quite frequently. In fact, it looks like more than 1 per week, so he's not afraid to do this at all. And in fact, they have already announced their plan to actually do this, and there's 4 different parts of this stimulus plan that they plan to pass, at least so far, and possibly even more. Here is the 4 things that they plan on passing with this executive order, and possibly even more to come. Number 1 is extending the federal unemployment bonus money or boost money to Americans. And the president said he wants to extend them all the way to the end of the year, so December 31st of 2020. Now, the president didn't say how much he wants to extend the federal unemployment benefits at, but my thoughts are it's going to be either $400 or $600. The president has recently stated that he's in favor of a higher amount of the unemployment stimulus, so I don't think it's going to be anywhere near $200. I think it's more likely to be $400 to $600. Again, he has not announced the exact amount that he's going to pass. I will keep you guys updated with a new video as soon as that new number is released. Now, this would bring relief for millions of Americans who have had their unemployment benefit bonus money expired at July 31st. So we're now going on 2 weeks where people have not received that bonus money. There was talks that they could be retroactive to go back and give people that 2 weeks of unemployment that they missed out on, but we don't know the details on that yet either. Okay, the number 2 thing the president is going to pass in this executive order is a payroll tax holiday. Now, what this payroll tax holiday would do is it would give working Americans, people who are currently working right now, about a 7.65% raise in their checks. Now, what this will do, the reason you'll be getting this boost in your paycheck is they won't be taking out Social Security, or Medicare money from your checks anymore, which is 7.65% of your check. So you will be getting that money in take home pay instead of having it taken out. Now, the bad part of this, and we've had a lot of people speak out against this, is that it takes money away from Social Security and Medicare. And you guys know that, Social Security has been struggling for years. So they say that this could cause an additional $1 trillion hole in the Social Security fund, an additional $1 trillion that Social Security would not get by not having this money taken out. But what it would do is it would give workers an additional 7.65% take home pay right now to get people through this pandemic where many, many millions of Americans are struggling. Now, a lot of people said they're against this and they don't think this is good. There's also some debate on whether workers may have to pay back this money unless they pass a new bill in the future that says that they don't need to pay it back. If workers do need to pay it back, that would be terrible. I can't even imagine people trying to pay back thousands of dollars that they got as in additional take-home pay later on, because you and I both know that that's just not going to happen. So let me know your thoughts down below. Are you in favor of a payroll tax holiday or are you against it? Okay, number 3 would be an extension of the federal eviction moratorium. The executive order would extend a federal eviction moratorium that expired last week. President Trump did not specify how long the moratorium would last. An August report from a group of housing experts estimated that 30 to 40 million Americans could be at risk of eviction, and that the U.S. may be facing the most severe housing crisis in its history. Now, we've had many economists come out and say that the unemployment stimulus is the one thing holding people up, and the federal eviction moratorium, which actually prevents people from being evicted. If those two things go away, our economy will crash. The way the economists speak is they're saying it's almost a certainty that the economy will crash if this pandemic is still going on and we still have Americans out of work. And we're still getting over 1 million new unemployment claims every single week. We've had them for 20 weeks in a row now of over 1 million new unemployment claims per week. So it's not like this is going away anytime soon. And if you've been watching this channel, you'll know that I've said if this continues on, we're just going to see more and more stimulus packages and stimulus to Americans passed in the future. Number 4 is federal student loan payment suspension. Trump says his executive order would suspend student loan payments until further notice. The CARES Act, the first stimulus package, previously suspended some federal student loan payments with 0 interest until September 30th. But a lot of student loans and private student loans were not included in the forbearance. Now, we don't know the full details of this either. Will it be for all student loans, some student loans, only federal student loans? I will keep you guys updated in a future video when we get the details about this also. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, those 4 things are great, the unemployment extension especially, but there is no mention of an actual stimulus check to be sent out directly to Americans, or at least not yet. We had agreements of both the Republican Party and the Democrat Party that they wanted to pass another $1,200 check, and they wanted a check to go out to all dependents, but at least not now. We don't see that in this executive order from President Donald Trump yet. Now, here's the crazy thing. As quickly as this new news came on, I mean, literally on Friday we had, no agreement, and here we are the very next day. President Donald Trump has already drafted and already has this presidential executive order. So he could pass this executive order and literally within another day have another executive order for $1,200 stimulus checks if he wanted to. Again, there's some debate on whether he can do this or whether he can't do this. You guys can let me know your thoughts down below. but it looks like he's going to do it whether we like it or not. And honestly, this is only good stuff for the American people. It's not like this is debt. This isn't money we owe to China. This isn't money we owe to another country. There's no interest paid on it. This is money that basically is just helps out the American people. The unemployment money, if there's a stimulus checks, eviction moratorium, student loan moratoriums, all this stuff just helps out Americans during this pandemic, which most experts are calling a once in 100-year pandemic that akens back to the 1918 Spanish flu. So you guys can let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. Also, make sure you've hit the like button, make sure you've subscribed, and shared this video on Facebook. There's going to be lots of people that are going to need to know this information and what's coming out in the future. And this top video is my most recent stimulus check video. You can watch that next. And this video teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon. I have students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling just one product, and I teach people how to do that. So you can watch that video next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.